everyone, my name is Micah, and thank you for joining me today on my YouTube channel, where I help folks bring light and guidance into their personal and spiritual awakening. And today, I want to share with you a concept that has drastically changed my life, and by sharing it, I hope that you can apply it to your life as well and get the same benefit that I have gotten out of it in your life as well. So, if you're really struggling day to day, ask yourself, what is it that's bothering you? What is it that is making your perception on life so negative, right? I don't necessarily believe in positive or negative, because negative is simply just a different degree of polarity through life, right? Positive and negative, they're the same, just different degrees of the same thing. And that's a concept that really has changed my life. And it's a perception on life that you really have to take in and apply daily. It's something that takes daily practice. And I'm gonna give you two or three things that I have been able to apply to my life that has allowed me to understand that tidbit of knowledge a little bit better. Now, our society has us programmed to think that happiness comes from external sources. Happiness comes from someone else. Happiness comes from a certain amount of money that you have or you attain. Happiness comes from the amount of things that you have. Happiness comes from the status that you have from your job or the amount of money that you have, right? It comes from some sort of external source. Fact of the matter is, you can search all you want for happiness outside of you, it will never come. Chances are, if you're watching this video and you're struggling every day, you're not happy in your life. And that's because you keep searching for happiness outside of yourself. And this is something that I've done for my entire life, and it's been, I want to say, the last year or two, I've really honed in and realized that happiness is actually an internal state of being and has nothing to do with anything on the outside of your life. What is happening outside, what you're seeing, what you're projecting, is just a reflection of how you internally feel. So if you're not happy with your life, that means you're internally not happy with something about yourself or something going on in your life. And it's something that you can change. Now, being the biggest thing with this, something that will allow you to understand this, is becoming mindful of what is going on in your life. Mindfulness is hard, it's taxing. I understand that. And if you know what mindfulness is, you know that it's hard to be mindful 24/7. But with daily practice, I mean, just a couple minutes here or there, if just one small exercise with mindfulness, right? Just one exercise with mindfulness, whether it's a breathing technique that you decide that you want to try, or it's a visualization technique that you want to try. For me, I go to the gym. That's where I find my mindfulness, where I can find that peace in myself. Sorry about that. Lost a little bit of storage in my phone. However, back to what I was saying. I find mindfulness in the gym, right? Now, it's different for everyone. Everyone finds mindfulness differently. And that is something that I want to stress. There isn't a wrong or a right way to do mindfulness. Mindfulness in any way, shape, or form has the same end goal. It's just bringing you to this present moment. Being aware of what is externally causing you to feel the way that you are internally, and then addressing what is making you feel internally that way. Because it's not what's going on in the moment that is making you feel the negative emotions that you're feeling. There is a past situation where a fragment of your soul is stuck in that moment, and that's why that feeling keeps coming, because you keep feeling like that is happening at that moment. And you have to just be mindful of it, address it, see it, and be able to let it go. And it's a slow building block process to ultimately being happy. And that's what I'm sharing with the world, is that you have the power, you have the knowledge, you have the ability to heal yourself. And that is something that our society doesn't want you to know. And I don't understand it, and I keep seeing it everywhere. I really do. I really, really, really do. They want you to go see a doctor, to get a medication to numb you to a feeling that you're feeling without actually addressing what is making you feel that way. They think a pill is gonna help you. And then when those pills don't help, what do? I know for me, I turned to alcohol. At one point I was doing various drugs. And then when I realized that I couldn't find what I needed there, I even tried marijuana. Marijuana, there's nothing wrong with it. I wholeheartedly believe that marijuana is going to help a lot of people ascend all of this, because it is a plant of high vibration. And that plant will eventually help you transcend it itself. At one point, you won't need that anymore. And I'm speaking from a person that doesn't need it anymore. If you know me, I used to smoke every day. And I got to a point where I was mindful, and I was meditating, and I realized what was going on internally, and I didn't need it anymore. I got to a place in life where I didn't need all of those external things to make me happy. Because the truth is, like, you have it. You have everything that you need. Be grateful and abundant with that. You might not have the car you want, the exact car you want, because you think that that's the car that you need. But what you're gonna find out through mindfulness and through applying that to your life is, the truth of the matter is, nothing is gonna bring you the amount of joy and happiness that you can bring yourself. And the more that you start loving yourself and addressing your internal battles and your internal struggles, and you put love and light there, the more that you realize that those other things come along with it. You get those once you start loving yourself and putting that into the world, instead of putting out all of this hate. And you might not even realize that that's what you're doing. Because I know I didn't. I put my life on that. I know I had no idea until hindsight that I was being the way that I was being. No one around me wanted to call me out and tell me, hey, Micah, like, you're being kind of an ass. Or, hey, Micah, what's going on? Like, you're, like, something's up. You're being mean, or you're being this way, or you're being that way. Like, no one wanted to say that to me. Or they were saying it, and I wasn't ready to hear it at that point. And that's okay. We all have a different process, and we are all on a different journey, but the journey is to the same goal: happiness, love, and light. And our society has us so wrapped up in this thinking or this knowledge that we are not love and light, that we need all of these external things to be happy. And they want you to think that, because the people that are benefiting from you believing those things are getting rich. Because they're not happy. They think that money brings them happiness. And so they keep craving and keep driving for more money and more things, without stopping to smell the fucking roses. Because beauty is right in front of your face. You just have to be able to perceive it and grasp it. And it takes time, and it takes love and work, and you have to be able and understanding and want that small struggle for the love and the light on the backside. Because I can tell you now, a couple years of internal work will bring you a lifetime of joy. And I'm only 27, but I can tell you now, I'm gonna have a life fulfilled with love, light, and joy, because I've loved myself. I put that light into myself. I can project that light onto other people. Even if I'm having a bad day, I can own myself. I can be like, hey, today I don't know what's going on. I'm just having some type of day. I gotta do these certain things to get myself right. And the next day, the answer comes. Always. I always get the answer. And it might not be the next day. It might be 2 days, 3 days down the road. But the more that I've been mindful and the more that I've loved myself, the shorter that amount of time has come to gain that answer. But those answers only come when you put space in your mind. You become mindful of what you're thinking, of what you're doing, and where you're putting your energy, and who you're allowing to take the energy from you. If you hang out with somebody and you feel drained afterwards, you probably shouldn't be hanging out with them very often. They're not a match for your vibration. They aren't meant for you. And there are clues for you. Everyone has their clues. Sometimes it's not necessarily cutting them completely off, but putting distance between you and them. You still love them, you can still care for them, but you don't have to love and care for them and allow them to suck that energy out of you. You can do it from afar. And that's the thing, energy is expansive. You can pass that on to anybody. It is something that is transferable. It is who we are as beings. We are energetic beings having a human experience. And that is the truth. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's duly appreciated. I love every one of you watching this video, and anybody getting anything from these videos. I can feel you in my heart. I can feel you guys growing. I can feel your struggle. And I'm here to just keep loving you and keep telling you that it is okay and you're on the right path and you will be where you want to be. Just keep pushing. Keep loving yourself. Keep doing the things that you feel intuitively like you should do. There is nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid to hurt someone's feelings because you don't want to hang out with them anymore because of how they make you feel inside. It's okay to let people go. It's what allows new and more amazing things into your life. Would you stop resisting what is right for you? I love you guys. Namaste.